Hello, my name is Aviv Hadad, and this is my audience.
Johnny.
Omar.
Gerardo. Austin.
Brian.
Okay, so how many of you guys, by a show of hands, know exactly what you're going to do for a career in the future? Perfect. Now, just like me, I didn't know what I wanted to do. But as a kid, I've always liked arguing and I've had a passion for it. Whether I was wrong or right, I'd still argue all the way until I had the very, very last say. Whether that's good or not, I'm not very sure, but I still made sure to continue. Now, throughout the speech, I'm basically going to show you a path, the idea, plan, and action. The main points that I'm going to be going over is the correlation between personality and career, education requirements I'd have to go through, career overview, which you'll see very soon, course actions, which is how I'm going to get to what I want to be, which is a corporate lawyer, and lastly, money matters. So, to begin with, the correlation between career and personality. Now, there are 5 main characteristics of a lawyer, and I believe I very much could correlate and be matched up with every single one of these. And analytical skills. Now, as a lawyer, you have to have analytical skills. You have to be able to understand the situation and to be fast thinking and very proactive with what you're going over, which leads to the logical thinking. In the law court, you have to be, like I said, fast thinking. You have to be able to think quick, and you have to put together in your mind what you're about to say and what's your next move in order to prove your client right. Next, public speaking skills. This is exactly what I'm doing right now. I love speaking to a big crowd, small crowd, no matter who it is. It's just something that I really enjoy doing. Perseverance. Throughout my life, I've been going through a lot of things that I just had to push through. It was difficult at times, but you just got to push no matter what. And lastly, pursuing continual education. Wanting to be in the law field requires at least 8 years of education. Though many people are not willing to go through that, it's something that I'm willing to put in the effort for. Next, the dreams. As a kid, I've always wanted to be a lawyer, and this is why I'm willing to push through and do whatever it takes. The 3 goals I set for myself once I become a lawyer is to know how to interpret laws through actions and words, have the best team around me, and it will be a team because I am going to be in a corporate law, so it's not only a single lawyer, it's mainly a team of lawyers when it gets to the higher levels, which is what I shoot to be in. And lastly, fight for my corporation if needed. Most of them, the very good ones, don't need to fight because it is up there and they don't do anything wrong, but those who do will very much have to fight for it. The next topic is education requirements. Now, like I said, the education requirements for law is very extensive. First, I will have to acquire my bachelor's degree, which is most likely going to be either in finance or accounting. Next, I'll have to take my 2 examinations, which are either the bar, which is a state examination, or the law school admission test. Then I have to apply and actually go through the process, and then follow the path of corporate law. Now, the career overview. Only 3% of the entry-level corporate lawyers become successful and actually go into and further into the corporate law industry. It's a very, very hard entry-level law field. At a starting entry level, the salary is $98,000 approximately, and once at experience, then it basically almost doubles to about $165,000, getting higher depending on the overall company. Next, you have the course action, which is basically how I'm going to get there and what I'm going to have to follow through in order to reach the goal. On the way to my bachelor's degree, I hope to get an internship at a law office, which is very important to get my overall understanding of what I'm stepping into before I'm actually doing it. Then, towards the last year, I will have to start studying for the LSAT and the bar. And then apply for schools around the area, hopefully, if I could get into one in Florida. If not, it may be out of state. And then get accepted and follow the path onto the corporate law offices and become a lawyer. Now, last but not least, you have money matters. School is very expensive nowadays and it's going to be hard to keep up. For my bachelor's degree, I'm looking at about $15,000 a year for education, living, and all of those expenses. Once I go into law school, we're looking at almost $41,000 a year, depending on the law school. This adds up to approximately $224,000 over 8 years. Most people that go to law school do end up putting their money through a loan, which I will most likely have to go through, but it is something that I'm definitely willing to do in order to reach my dreams. Now, in summary and conclusion, the 5 main points that I went over. Personality and career correlation. We talked about that. The 5 main points that a lawyer has as characteristics that I feel that I very much have similar to them. Education requirements, which is up to 8 years of first 4 years to get the bachelor's degree and go on to law school for 4 years. Career overview showing the salaries. Course action, how I'm going to get there. And lastly, money matters, the very high expenses. Now this picture right here is my very last thing I'm going to show you. Most people think when they are looking at someone else is that no matter how successful you are, you just have one path. And if you went to that path, you do what you need to do and you become successful. Every person has a different story. And in this situation, there are going to be a lot of stops. There are going to be a lot of things pushing you down and pushing me down to not get to where I need to be or where I want to be, which is that picture on the right. There are going to be many failures before you reach your success, but you got to push through. And if you do, it will be more than worth it. Thank you very much. Once again, this is my audience.
Johnny.